How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
Just noticed that you probably couldn't hear me. And enjoy the music. That's all that stuff too. Cool.
Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA.
That's really hilarious. I was just thinking, like, this looks like the best looking one, because the others look like hillbillies. And then you look over. Murgle is the definition of an idealized breed. Its evolutionary lineage has gone in a direction where form and appearance has dominated over function. It's like, okay. One of these types of games, I guess.
Define your genetic structure.
Oh god.
Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird game. So it's kind of like a very classic RPG style, but they still probably could have used some more precise customizing controls. I don't really understand what the point of a weapon or a wheel is, but I'm also pretty confident that you can beat the game with a lot of stuff, so I guess it's fine. I guess we'll go with that.
Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Deadeye. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Saboteur. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Psy-Freak. Psy-Freak chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Wait, how does this logic work? Freedom and loyalty? How can you have freedom if you're very, very loyal? Strength and power works, sure, but freedom and loyalty. I guess I'll go with dark red, probably. Yeah, I prefer not to be loyal to I don't know what.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same. With the difference being I'm the better half.
Better half. My way is both better and brighter. Light makes it easier to see the best end.
The best end is the one you decide yourself, and it seems we're headed in the right direction.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
This kind of feels weirdly slow-paced, but it might be a little too easy just because that parry looked really, really easy.
This time, it was
Obviously a
best to
Dark Souls
run
like.
and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die.
Feel free to ask any questions if you want to know anything about the game or the channel or whatever. Yeah, I'm just picking the field of view. I don't even know which way I want it to go. I think that one. Zero camera shake, or almost. Field, I don't remember. Probably off. Auto, just player. Just amount of camera shake. Horizontal view. Not everything. Let's see. Just going through. Oh, you can turn off the. Oh, you can make it all gibberish. The frequency of the narrator. Often how speaks gibberish. More gibberish. Whatever. I don't know. Probably higher. Okay, let's do that. Let's see if that changes. I don't think I noticed a difference right there. I don't know.
The oil sludge is everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
I just noticed that there's a stamina gauge. That's annoying.
Watch out for you. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa!
Now this is a PS2 game, like, sheesh. Not in a bad way,
It's time
it's
to
just
find
like...
a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
It really is like a... kind of a B game, like, it's kind of imprecise. You saw some of the enemies doing this kind of dumb stuff. Like, it was really janky looking. They wouldn't target me all the time. I couldn't target them all the time. There is a lock on, but it's...
The
doesn't
morts
feel very
produce
solid.
biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Well placed. Time to see what's above. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential... It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Fist of face. Making great progress. Sock it to him. Sure useful. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, But the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is... There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
So it's kind of funny. I was just thinking last week about how I kind of wanted to play and buy a Dreamcast game called Fur Fighters. And this game is kind of reminding me of Fur Fighters. Fur Fighters was a lot more cartoony, but otherwise it was like very similar. They had guns to fight. I don't know if they had quite magic, but the designs were not too far off. Obviously, again, more cartoony, but just kind of interesting.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
I gotta say, as somebody who's been playing Nier Replicant, this is really good foliage and everything. I don't know why more games can't have grass that looks like this. But it could still have more grass. You know, like, look at this green spot right here. Just this moss. Although this is rock, why can't we get more grass that's just solid this? All the way solid. Like, I think it's supposed to be like... either like a game limitation, or they're like, oh well, it'd get too samey if it was all grass. But like, it's so stupid. It really should just be all grass. It looks way better. There's a game from 2008 or 9 called Flower that has consistent grass all throughout the ground of the game, and it looks amazing. And like, no other games want to try it. Have that style of art for some reason.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution, the second coming, and our lineage. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his Octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the hoof puff at the end of the east route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Koibe o Korfabe, Setuatan Popkila.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route.
Tulua ba volua. Koibe o Korfabe.
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Tolidrea ya maulua. Puyubut Paigatawa.
He claims names have power, so he gave them these names to weaken them. For him, the Porky Puff is particularly personal. It was that carnivorous beast that took his leg.
Hondo kontue pon yevun.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Do wavu.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the...
I am starting to see why I would get rid of the narrator. I thought at first like, oh well, he's the only one talking, but oh my gosh, there's a door. You gotta get out through that door. Just so you know, go to the door. Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck? Just shut the fuck up. I'm trying to play a game here. Like, oh my gosh, stop zooming into every little thing.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
I get the feeling that this is going to be a pretty short game.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
Let's see. We're going to see the map here.
Let's see.
You know, fast travel. Yeah, kind of typical, but, you know, I'm not exactly against this game. It was $50. So I'm pretty much planning to go, like, over here, and then go here, maybe? We'll see if that's doable. I might have to, like, go to this tree or something here, but yeah, like, once we beat every boss around, because, you know, at the end of each route is a boss, I think. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. But then it's a little confusing because I see like a monkey here. Or maybe that's a wolf, maybe. I'm just wondering if you can see what's at the end of each. They all look the same, actually. Well, this one doesn't have a tail, though. Kind of look like monkeys, but I'm assuming they're not monkeys. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a medium price game. So we'll see. Should have started playing like 2 hours ago, but I'm trying to fix some stuff up. Oh my gosh. It's a big one.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake.
Okay, fuck this shit. Oh my gosh. I'm taking this guy's voice out Like, he just destroyed Old Tension. Like, that was actually pretty surprising how... Like, that thing was kind of scary. Like, oh my gosh. And then he's like, wow, that will be pretty hard to beat. I mean, sheesh, he's pretty big. You'll have to think of a trick or something. Like, what the heck? What the heck are you doing? Just stop. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to play a game. Like, it was so nice, because it's like, he comes out and it's like, whoa. And then he comes over and knocks it over. But like, how was I supposed to know that was even the monster that ate that old-timer's leg? Like, what? I mean, I guess the narrator told me, sure, but I'd rather not know. Like,
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
I like that. By your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
That's a spark of light in you!
No. What if... I was just thinking, actually, it's like, this just makes me think I want to roleplay as, like, a dictator. So I gotta help the world so that I can rule it. And therefore, why would I ever have to kill any people I run along the way? Benevolent dictator. I mean, it's pretty easy to do that in video games, because you never rule people, you just kind of take over and you're like, wow, you're a good guy, and I'm like, yeah, for now, I guess. But yeah, whatever. Well, maybe it's the other way around. It's like, we'll judge you based on whether you help people or not. But by helping people, you're light, though. We won't judge the fact that maybe you're helping everybody so that you can go and fight a giant war, and you don't care about their lives. You just want them to fight the war. You know, like, shouldn't you see it that way? Not, oh, you helped somebody. That's a good thing. It's like, yeah, well, don't worry, they'll be dead later.
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Now, take it out now while it's small.
There's always another spark.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important. Out of date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match, as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Quanto contue bon yevun goya?
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Far come mako to far titaba. Balu budulua.
He believes the tribe's Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Iboda kilmok.
Myriad is convinced that defeating the World Eaters is the only way the world can be saved, but they've been forced to focus on their rivalry with the Jagni tribe.
Tamuk gabamuktab. Ya yumawa.
Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
Ya. So what up, Mua?
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fault.
This will make us
Their
a
friendship
fine
can be a blessing
addition to
or a
my
curse. It's up
empire.
to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's
It's
see.
weird, like, why do they want to let the World Eaters, you know, just destroy the tree? Let's just assume if you let the tree be destroyed, the world will fall into complete decay and die. Why would letting the tree die help you if you believe that the strong should survive? It's like, that's like saying, yeah, the strong will survive, because there will only be 4 world eaters left in the whole world and no other smaller creatures. Let's make ourselves the strong, and then, you know, and then we will take over by being the strongest.
Says it's about time
Don't
you
just assume
figured
you are
out you
already
can't
the strongest.
avoid helping anymore.
But I can realize.
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. He let you in, but thinks you should be patient when it comes to the Sifu.
Zata is de muito tloho. Kariesne zdace. Paro, ya put
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu.
onis sporenos odlisini. Você see
The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you.
pada for oflete. Ale, is de moi
The wall that separates them from the other side, the wasteland you came from. He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself.
pada for oflete. Skuni apinosko.
He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. But he's glad you chose to come here.
Zivot. Skuni
There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted.
zivot. O donzadne.
Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
Ite reki. Uko totloho.
Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain.
Ite reki. Na uko onis poloknost.
The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are...
Na zenakas pibatne. Ite reki.
Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life.
Wow. No, wait a second. Let me see this on the other side. I mean, you'll hear me. I'll just say what it is. I think. Let's see. Nope. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. So it says, sets the game's end goal to destroy the Tree of Life. Choosing destiny for defeated rival Sifu is limited to subdue or vanquish. Choosing the destiny for rival leaders is limited to subdue or vanquish. So, if I don't pick them, then, I can just ally with the other tribes, with the other side, and then you can't vanquish. But you can probably subdue or ally if you join the other tribe. It's a little generic, though. I mean, this actually sounds pretty interesting to actually like. But I don't like that the end goal has to destroy the Tree of Life. To vanquish the tribes, let the World Eaters. I mean, like, can we destroy the World Eaters anyway? Let's just see what this does.
Na uko kiza iglis moi toksadaga.
He had a feeling you'd say that. You're not cynical. He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a rival.
Okay, fine. I'll join him. Okay. It's just kind of weird because it's like, can I have a say in the plan? But, I mean, he's the dictator himself. I guess I'll have to overthrow him later or something. But, like, then what happens to the goal about defeating the World Tree, the World Eaters? Maybe we'll do something similar. Maybe. We'll see.
He recognizes you sometimes need to challenge your mindset to make up your mind. You're a Jagni ally now. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The myriad are too good to be true. They might believe in the greater good and a code of honor, but uniting the tribes and saving the Tree of Life won't change anything. You must stop living in the past.
Perfetta, Zanavach.
Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here.
Zanavach. Kariesne stace. Zivo.
Being defeated is a choice they won't make. They've talked about that, but words do not frighten those who feel no fear. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Even if you see the world differently, you must hit them as soon and as hard as you can. The outcome of this war is up to you. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin.
I mean, good thing I didn't join the other side. I don't like a boomerang, and I guess it's supposed to be more peaceful. This guy, I believe, is a staff. The problem is that I kind of want to use the staff, so I'm really annoyed that apparently if you're a good guy, the first weapon you get is the staff, seemingly. I feel like I should learn his way of fighting first, if anything. We'll see. Other than the boomerang, I think the rest of the weapons sounded pretty good, I think.
Your Muma taught each disciple a weapon. She never intended it for hunting, nor war, but lately the art of defense has been shadowed by relentless attack. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Jackney doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait. It's always the little things you remember, and with you it's pretty much the only thing he recalls, that you were little. You have orders to follow. Hopes to see you again. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. sharpening of the mind.
Oh, I see. So I better really, really pick dark points, huh? Otherwise, Otherwise, it just like goes half and half or something. Yeah, that's not very good. But it's weird, like, to think about how, okay, light gets freeze and levitate, dark gets telekinesis and key spark. Sky spark. Key spark? Okay, just lightning attack, okay. And then sky spark is pretty nuts. Well, let me see. Is there anything else I can buy? Alright, that. Oh, what's this? What is this? Wait, what is this? It's just, you can get it at any point? Not sure what that did. Not bad. It's interesting. Not bad. I think this might be more my speed though. No, it's not really worth it for just a jump. It's kind of a lot like Mud Punch, I guess. What's this? Let me do this again. That's a little weird. Especially when it's like, well, you could get more resistances. It's like, well, I don't know if I need resistances yet. Okay, I guess I'll go with... Well, this one's entirely better, because this one shoots a projectile, while this one just... close range, so, yeah. Okay. I will do triangle on that one. So, then we got side power. I mean, I guess I could just wait until I get telekinesis? I mean, is that even that good, though? Blink. I don't know if that's that good. We'll wait. But Blink is better than Blaze, I think. So we'll wait on that, and then we have... Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll get a whole bunch of points when I start murdering people. Also, I just remembered I have some upgrade points to use. Ooh. Basic melee, maybe? No. Maneuvers, no. Basic range, no. Close combat. I guess I better wait till I have more weapons, I guess. Just seems kind of weird. I guess dual-wield guns? I mean, that's pretty good. Let me see, what's normal gun? I can't see, but it's close range, so I don't like it. I mean, that's okay, but not amazing. So I'm gonna just go with dual wield. Wait, what's this? That's pretty cool too. Why can't I do this? Okay, that's fine. I like that. better than this one, I think. I guess that's it, right? Perks. Oh, you get perks though. Oh, I could use even perks. So you got loot. That's a pretty good one. A lot of things to use points on. I hope that means that I'm gonna level up like a lot. Does seem like it though, to be fair. I mean, like I'm only level 3 right now. I think by then it needs to be level 30, which doesn't really feel like that much, but
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Goop says he always does better whenever he leaves failure behind. He's happy his good mood is infectious. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Goop says some choose to be lonely because no one understands what they're going through. If that's you, he'll try to help you if you let him. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. He knows that's not true. You've just made up your mind you're not. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Andro?
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely... You should know, practice makes perfect. You have to keep working on it if you want to be good at it. She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never cease to grow. He's learned that things are never as bad as they seem. You'll feel better in the morning. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. It's your own future you're risking by not caring for the environment. The next generation will pay for the mistakes of the last. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. Sometimes he's an expert, but sometimes he just does what's right. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He says only a few are willing to do the little things, but if you make enough of them, they can have a big impact too. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He says you don't really need a weapon when you're born one. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. You're not in this world to live up to his expectations, but he hopes you're never going to have to use that weapon. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your best. You can't do more than that. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. She worries about you. Sometimes you get lost in your own world, where the only thing that matters is you. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going.
Ole Pepsalona, Mutasavana, Aripotisi.
He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though.
Di Feresit.
There's no way they'll let you pass.
A funky donkey Danny.
He wants to know who you think you are.
Allo, ieri tutti ama sele mai multe.
He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what he can and can't do, and that includes you. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? She's there for all disciples. That's her commitment as Sifu, and when she needs them, they're there for her and each other. The most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus on your training now. She said it before. Wang Fu will keep your body in good health, and that's how you keep your mind strong and clear. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling. He knows growing up is hard, and things will continue to go wrong as you become older and figure out how to make them right. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll talk to her, sure, but you know she wants you to accept responsibility for your own actions and future. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics. He's curious to see what you've found. He's gathered so much over the years, and it's hard to remember everything. Nothing's wrong with his memory. It's just short. He can work wonders with pretty much anything, and asks if you know how to upcycle. He's learned you never know when something you found might come in handy, so it's best to save everything. He says it's about time you learned how, and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found.
Zatunak.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you.
Goga.
Agrees. At least that way it'll never go out of style.
Goga.
You should take it with you, wear it to practice. He's sure your Muma will forgive you for not wearing the traditional outfit.
Over bug ad.
He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. Your Muma says it's about time you got here. Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down. But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back. That's a good attitude as long as you keep learning. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. Thanks you for being such a good student. Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz. You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it. Says he's always thought so well of you. Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful. She's happy you appreciate what others do for you. A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device. It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see. Says it's not a record keeper, more like a companion. Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day. Everything ends, both good and bad. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Luca Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. There's nowhere to run to this time. The time has come to stand and fight. Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead. She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to do with you. History has finally caught up with her. She loves how brave you are, but she can't be worrying about you while she fights. This is her fight. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Let's see. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. It was harder than They've received news a Ronin joined the tribe's ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of Jagni warriors are already waiting for you at Myriad's Vespidut outpost.
Avavavde urui.
You should hurry there and help them storm the outpost.
Avavavde urui.
Look, an emergency box from the old... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Well, small ones. Places like this were cheap back in those days, and there was plenty of space. Get done with one place, you just build another. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. So different from the surface down here. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. buffer than ever. It's Peekaboo Park. Young ones love this sort of place. No one's going to see you coming in the dark. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your... Is surprised you chose not to help. Feeling good is not the same thing as doing good.
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
The bright time creatures are getting up. That's a myriad tribe outpost. Amazed you don't know Gizmo. Perhaps it's time to find him and check out the... Understands... The tree remains intact, but you must... So, says you covered the important things all... The Vespidat outpost, long-time home of the Myriad tribe. Let's see. Says you need to hit them where it hurts, inflict as much suffering as possible, and make it clear your tribe is a terror to their existence. Murder and mayhem and other terrible things happen. He's sure you've seen it before. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb locker. Spot wrecked it. Give those twirly wheels a turn. Yes, the river tub's going down the drain. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. Says they've been treated fair, but is glad to see you. Hopes you'll treat the rivals with the same respect they treated them. Wishes there was another way, but they'll do their best. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate. That looks splody. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. The outpost belongs to your tribe now.
Ale.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon.
Ale.
Believes you'll be even more dangerous with it. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict.
Tamuk gabamuktab. Balu budulua.
He had a feeling you'd get along with the Jagni tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your alliance.
Yuba duluwawa.
Your positive outlook on life might be just what the Jagni tribe needs to complement theirs, which is somewhat darker.
Loma tuaha tuluya. Vutu lula.
But out-of-date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against the World Eaters. That's the sound of impending doom. Out-of-date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled.
Yuba duluwawa. Balu dulua.
He says the time has come to confront the Porkypuff at the end of the East Route.
Maotoliawahu.
Goop is working on making his goo glide strong enough to break the waves out to the World Eater.
Ayamu aya. Cantita duela bufo.
You should get over there and see what you can do to help.
Coiras was qua.
Says you always did keep to yourself, and it
Traika coita.
wishes you goodbye. Says you might have Jagni blood like them, but you need to get tearing things apart.
Ale.
He knows things that you need to know.
Dada.
Says you should take it easy. victualled up your vitals. Asks you to check out the wares, confident you'll find everything you need. Says there's usually a line. A done deal. Asks you to check out the wares, confident you'll find. Sees you're eager to. Says living in the end times might be. Found an unbroken flush stool. You should grab that flush stool before someone scraps it for parts. Claims it's rare to find one. Figures you might find the flush stool in a closet. That's where the... Once you find the flush... A working flush stool is an amazing thing. Clean and fast. Thinks you'd make good use of it. Claims to have strange... Says everything. Not even house. But he'd have a lot to talk about with a roamer like you.
Så at sige, på det lever med fælele. Pænelinde sit daglommer.
Says Chubser isn't the sort to wait in one place for...
Det lever med fælele.
They might...
Lille senere farani så tøvle med.
You just got to watch for...
Aurugu wavu
Says that's true, even if Chubser might not share it. Asks if you've heard about...
National One Lumuna.
Litsula sakta.
Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to...
Avavavde.
Let's see. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. That's a gnote, easy prey for Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. A pip bush that's nom-nom for the gnotes. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Let's see.
Yangu. Azitawa. Wing wanakanwako. Mako.
Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days.
Vanya.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him.
Titutuata wanakanwako.
Goop says you were always so righteous as a child.
Azimbotalante.
Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was.
Exeko. Adimi.
Titutuata.
He can't tell you much as he didn't want to hear anything about it. He can't understand how someone could be so vicious, even though he knows there are reasons behind it.
Exeko.
Azimbotalante.
Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them.
Exeko.
He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the...
Daikeza.
He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you... Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it.
Manlo Vitni.
He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you realize how that'll make you feel.
See? On my side. Go, Dark, go.
First instincts can be truly awful.
The fun thing is always the right.
Next time, look at it with a...
Darkly dark, dark.
Azitawa.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Which kind?
Vitni Orkidik.
Laisate manu. Azitawa.
Best to stick close to the shore then, where the goo isn't so deep. That's like being...
Laisate manu.
Vitni Orkidik.
Figures the world is a goner. Even the goo will go gone.
Yangu.
Wishes you hadn't done so much to make the goo even gooier.
Yumara.
Thinks you're only proving his point.
Tutwa.
But hey, back to the goo.
Katamio nyana. Awali. Tutwa.
Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll...
No Sniwakni.
Tirami. Awali.
He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with...
Tirami. Kawaida. Manu talbaradrade.
You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff.
Chaida. Manu talbaradrade.
Out of Date told him the undersurf was the epicenter of the contamination. This was where it struck hardest and inflicted the biggest change to the ecosystem. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect, this looks like the switches need to be turned to match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators.
Mukamme. Sairuja. Tuisa pechaida.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There's debris floating around on the surf that might be blocking your path or needs to be towed. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks. Squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. That's where he bobs. Gulp refuses to move from that barge, despite the fact it makes him berth. Goop's not sure, though, if it's the surf sickness or the radium syrup that causes it. Welcome to the surf archipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. You're poking around Pokbur, a prime village. Let's see.
Damn it! So when you when I play games, if this is on, you can't hear anything. But if it's off, then yes. Yeah. That's like the main reason why my mic stuff ends up being a problem. And I don't know how long that has been the case too. Sorry. But yeah, I just got to the end of my stream, kinda. For now, I was playing to go to sleep and then wake up and go back to playing. um, but yeah, sure. Let me see. I don't use Discord like a whole bunch, but you know I do sometimes. Yeah, there it is. I don't mind showing it off on camera. It's no big deal. Not enough people are watching to for that to be an issue. Oh darn. Wait a second. Hopefully it can load fine. Okay. Let me see how do you do that? I don't know. Does that help? Oh damn it. Well, hopefully you'll be able to see it. Damn it. That's not gonna work at all. Wait a second. Do you just need my username to add me on Discord? Yeah, okay. It's capital A, then NIMORPHIMAGI, and then the number is 9235. Not quite. It's capital A, then NIMORPHIMAGI. It's the B is a P, as in pig. It said Anamorphomagi, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then the number is 9235. Yeah, sorry, it's a little complicated. It's like that's a username I use for a long time, just because nobody ever uses it, and I normally don't have to add that. Really, I'm not. Let me check. I suppose it's just a settings thing. Usually, I only talk to like 2 or 3 people on Discord, so can add you as a friend? Okay, yeah, I see. Okay. I set it so anyone can add me now. Hopefully it works right away. But yeah, I don't know how long you've been watching the stream, but yeah, so it turns out that this game, which just came out yesterday, is like a Dark Souls open world RPG. And it seems like it was made in China, I think, but it could be Japan. Kind of like Monster Hunter Cats, if you know those guys. Pretty good game. So it does seem like it'll be kind of short, but short as in like 15 to 20.
Says it's about time you introduced yourself to Noko. She's usually in the Gnote pen.
And it's got a big environmental theme to it. Because it's like the whole world was destroyed by humans. Environmental destruction. Okay, I got your message. Okay, I'll check that out. Probably tomorrow, because honestly, it's, what time? 4:30. About 4:30 where I am. So, I'm a little late to be checking that out for me, but, I'll check that later. Just checking if there's anything else I can do here before I end the stream. Which I said like an hour or like 30 minutes ago. But, I guess I'll just, well, I don't know. Wait. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just end it for today and then we'll go up the river tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for watching. I was gonna say, like, I do have, like, YouTube channel and stuff, but, yeah, I'm streaming through, PlayStation right now, on my, on a different, on some of my other streams, I go through OBS, but my computer can't handle any decent game, so I can't go through OBS usually. And when I'm on OBS, then I can have my YouTube channel at the bottom. But yeah, check out my past videos if you want to know the types of games I play, and hopefully you'll run across my YouTube channel, which is called The Anti-Nihilist, or Anti-Nihilist Entertainment, technically. But I just talk about games and anime, hopefully more in the future, in the near future. Oh, I didn't notice I had leveled up again. I guess we'll start leveling up more intellect.
New smarts for you.